Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a little reading with some little cards. There's been such a shift in the energy this week and it feels bonkers and weird and I cannot map to it. It's like cognitive dissonance, tired and awake, hungry and full, active and passive, all at the same time. Odd, very, very odd. So I'm going to do a little message just to keep it little. And we're going to work with the Forest Fae, and we're going to work with Avalon Magic. It's a really interesting message coming out. So first of all, we have this beautiful image. Let go of outcomes. You will be released from the burden you carry. I might say, let go of outcomes and release yourself from the burden that they carry. Because when there's a perceived outcome, there's a kind of expectation. And if we don't make that expectation, then in comes the paradigm of success or failure, win or lose. And what doesn't happen is this open curiosity and being led blind. Okay. I want to jump to the end because that's speaking to the she of the mossy brie. Not all things are as they seem. Trust in your intuition. And that was one of the big shifts, wasn't it? This Monday when I couldn't read, my intuition like switched off and I'm looking at space. Because in that moment we were having a radio blackout and an M-class flare, I think. Was it M-class? And since Monday, I've spoken to 2 other people that this happened to. Just like nothing. There's this nothing. So something big has changed this week. And as we learn to plunge deeper into our intuition, everything that's covered it up is going to get challenged. So, you know, the planning, the strategizing, the 5-year business plan, the knowing what the outcome, knowing what you want the outcome to be. Rather than, and here I'm going to go to the gnome of mushrooms and buttons. Okay. Seek silliness and joy. They are wise teachers. But that's going to trigger all of the formed parts, all of the structured parts of you that keep you away from silliness and joy. That cannot give value to silliness and joy because they don't produce anything. Well, they produce silliness and joy. So it looks like that I might pull some archetype cards just to see what archetypes are being challenged this week, because we're really tearing down some illusion here. How many people do you know that have worked their whole life, and never really experienced joy? Like wanton, carefree, purposeless, meaningless, joyful joy. Some cannot even conceive of it. Okay. So don't be imprisoned by your past. Create a brand new you and hold that vision now. Even in that, there's a kind of holding the vision might stop it from moving, might stop it from changing. Oh, right. Okay. So when we talk of letting go of outcomes and moving to silliness and joy, the past might come in and go, you can't do that. You need outcomes. You need to have a goal. How many times? You need to have a goal. Why? 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 Okay. The past might be that you've been holding the vision. You know, and here what I'm noticing is I've got to be open to changing my message, because I said that a few weeks ago. Envision it and hold it. But there's this kind of, yeah, you can hold it, but I'm just going to change shape. I'm going to become Mercury and I'm going to change shape. Transience. That's what it feels like. Transience. Okay. And this is speaking of get what's inside you out, express it, play with it, or be silly with it. The light that you're seeking is already within you. You know that anyway. Following the things that bring peace to the soul. And again, they might sit outside the value statement. They might sit outside of the bottom line driven. There's a real kind of, it feels like an opening, a broadening, a widening of the human experience. And can we live in that space? Here we have the space again, don't we? It's like, what does the rat do when we let it out of its cage? It's been in its cage since it was born, and it knows how to navigate those walls, that container. What about when we just lift the cage off? Expansiveness, expansiveness, broad beam. Okay. So now we have the autumn fae. Go slowly, like you're learning to navigate a new terrain. Listen closely. And maybe that's the kind of power out, the intuitive power outage that happened this week. Maybe that's about it not coming so easy, so that we focus more, go in more. So listen closely for the words of the tree spirits. There's a tree spirit. And you know, when we say trust in yourself, you have all you have, you know that already. But what that's going to challenge is want. It's the want, but I want that. I want to be there. It's the outward projection. It's the outward projection of the ego leading this rather than this leading this. So, yeah, I've just got someone saying no at the last minute. I just got that. And that's something that we're shy of as human beings. I must admit, over the last 5 years, about 5 years, I have no choice now. I don't make plans anymore unless I absolutely have to, because there's a good chance I'm going to have to cancel at the last minute. Because like last night, I've been awake since 1:30 this morning. And it is what it is. So that's kind of owning my flakiness. That's owning how that's willful disappointment, isn't it? Right, that's willful disappointment. And then these called out, and I haven't used these for yonks and yonks, but I do love this deck. So let's see, what do you got to say? What is happening? What is happening first? Just interrupt myself. Right. Every now and then, just before a client session, my hand will wander over to this massive box of cards and I'll just pick a card out. Not for all clients, but sometimes a message comes for a client. So today's clients so far haven't wanted this message. It's for this reading. And we just feel what happens So that changes my energy and kind of pulls me in a bit. That's quite grounding. So here's the card that came out. And when I first read it as a stranger, but it's not. It's things are going to become stranger. Stay curious. And that will challenge the subconscious mind that has all the blueprints of the old world, let's say. I'm going to make that distinction. That wants to understand. The intellect will want to come in and understand and maybe put a goal on it, maybe put an outcome. Oh, this is useful. I'll turn it into such and such. Be curious in the strangeness. And that's making my throat hurt. Be curious in the strangeness. I'm going to pop that in the middle. It has a nice grounding feel to it. That's the underlying card. Oh my goodness me. I was saying to a friend the other day, I am surrounded. Oh, I think it was a comment on the channel. I said, I am surrounded. By dragonflies. I've never seen so many dragonflies in my life this year. Oh, right. Okay. I got a message this morning that came in. What was it again? Uranus, the melting, Mercury, Quicksilver, Revelation. And so we have truth transcends illusion. I don't know what any of the astrology is doing. Yeah, absolutely. When we get the intellect out of the way, the field only reveals the truth. When we listen, we have to listen really deeply. Yeah, don't labor the point, I'm being told. Chameleon, act as if. I get rid of that. And that feels better. Switch has gone off again. I'm not getting any message. I can see it, but I can't bring it into words. So I'm going to show you the card and you're going to tell me what it means. If you want to play. Got it. Thank you. Trust the raven. Okay. These changing energies might change you in a way that makes you uncomfortable, might change you in a way which alters your standing on the hierarchical ladder of success or failure, might alter how you're seen and perceived by others, how you are valued by others. It's a big change. Trust in the magic. I was just going to do something. Archetypes. That's what I was going to do. Okay. What's going to get challenged specifically? The most? What's going to get challenged the most in these shifting energies? Okie dokie then. I'll give you the headlines and then we'll read some words. On the bottom, queen, thief, gambler, bully, student, and slave. There's a lot of codependency in these archetypes. When they relate to one another, there's an awful lot of codependency. Okay, queen, light attribute, radiates regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Shadow, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, which is going to happen as other people learn to stand in their light. Controlling and demanding. So in there could be an evolution of what is sovereignty? What is that personal sovereignty? What does it look like? How does it express itself? Thief. Light attribute sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So that's going to challenge that. Martyr, victim martyr consciousness of what was done to you, what was taken from you. Shadow, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or power that you think you lack. Codependent. Predator. Gambler, light attribute, willingness to follow your intuition, even when others doubt you. Here's the challenge. Look at this beautiful image here, look. This is the journey of the fool. It's the artful stumble. Shadow, relying on luck rather than hard work. Oh, I have a problem with that whole statement. I can't even be bothered. You guys can figure it out. What's the shadow aspect of a gambler? Predator again, isn't it? It's someone who gambles on someone else's light, joy, givingness, warmth. The bully. Light attribute highlights your tendency to intimidate others. That's the light attribute. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So, the inner dark destroyer. Yeah, we do bully ourselves. We can call it all sorts of names, but we do bully ourselves when we're resisting that unknown strangeness. Shadow, concealing deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Yeah, true. True. The bullies because they're insecure and were probably bullied when they were little. And if we have Uranus coming in, then we're talking about generational. Uranus is am I thinking of Pluto? Yeah, I'll just say what I'm getting. This is big picture stuff. So these triggers and revelations can be coming in from the big picture rather than personal relationships. They'll affect you in some way. Student. There's a card in there, isn't there, about teachability. How teachable are you? Student, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Oh. Shadow, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Doesn't have to be destructive. Arrogance in the pursuit of knowledge. Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Yeah, and become an intellectual. Knowing it and being it are two very different things. Being it takes courage and humility. Slave. So light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So this is to not be imprisoned by the past where you think you've got a lead. It's to let go of outcome. This feels so new that it's like a new species. It's that. Shadow, giving your willpower to an external authority. Yeah, this is the big picture. I'm not going there, not today. Giving willpower to an external authority out of fear of making our own choices. So that's the suppression of volition, suppression of fire. Because the choices are on the table and they're asking for curiosity in this strangeness, and they're asking in the choice to let go of these superfluous programs that come in to layer and make busy and burdensome the simple little choice. Or what if I get it wrong? What if it doesn't provide finish that sentence? Just do it. Just do it. Underlying energy. Oh, wow. the hedonist and the magical child. Singing my song, The Hedonist. Light attributes inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life without all the shadow programming. It's that simple. Embrace the good things in life without the shadow programming. That's a hell of a transition. Celebrate the beauty in yourself. Shadow speaks to the detriment of health in excessive, abusive relationships with food, booze, gambling, whatever. Yeah. See, yeah. So this is talking about seeing the beauty in yourself, and the magical child sees the potential for beauty in all things, sees that beauty. So there's a freeing up, there is a real lightening up and a freeing up of burden, performance burden. I don't know what I'm going to call this video. Okay, but I am moved to go here for a closing message. I didn't know why. What's the closing message, please, for today? Thank you. Interesting. What happens when I put those two together? Okay, so we have, this is really interesting. Earth star activation. Anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. This was part of my 10-day deep dive that I mentioned in the last video. It's rebuilding my Merkaba. I'm going to go to the Isis cards. I have a message to go with that. Oh. Phase shifting as well, that's happening quite a lot. Sudden dizziness and high frequency sound. Okay. Okay. Beloved initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Let her inspire you and believe. Grounded action. Isis energy and the spirit of Isis come out together. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Where was that other card? There's two more cards. Yeah. Right. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. 1414. Oh my God. Okay. So there's an alignment happening. Now, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Shambala, initiation. So we have Isis, Shambala, Akashic Stargate. Yeah, Shambhala is the shift from karma to dharma. And there's a little card that said, take your time. I really want to underline that. Really super, super take your time, Parch. It was this one. Go slowly and listen to the tree spirits. It's that one. Because these changes are having a profound effect on the body. The wiring, the subconscious, the psyche. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So Shambhala, the move from karma to dharma, and we've got Akashic records coming in with ancestral realm. So karmic release, healing the lineage, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. It's big. Thank God it's nearly the weekend. Yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not going there, and I'm not going there. There's a limit. So I'm going to wrap the reading. What am I going to call this reading? I don't know what to call this reading. Let's wrap it up with an abundance card. Final message, please. Thank you. Came out the other day. This is a real unifying going on, but it's going on at this level. It's what I'm getting is something about gathering star children. To move into abundance mode. Okay, so yeah, non-duality. It's coming into that unity consciousness. You're everything and everywhere all at once. There's no right, no wrong. There just is. It just is. Divine abundance. Abundance mode. Abundance mode. Do I call it that? Or do I bring my old programming forward to say, oh, that sounds promising? Okay. Yeah. Extraordinary. Bear with me. I just want to put 3 cards together. See what happens. So what if I put those 3 cards together? Extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. What is it? What is it? That'd be like your signature tune. Okay. Guys, I'm going to leave you with my love. I'm going to thank you for being here. I'm going to welcome new subscribers too. It's lovely to have you guys here. I wish you all a, insert words here, weekend. I hope that suits you, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Much love. Please like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment, all the clicky things. Lots of love. Bye.